day, Year 5, happy Wednesday. Your fact of the day today is 12 times 8 equals 96. So what other facts do you know? Again, try and think of a fraction. See if you can work those out, and maybe some decimals, and maybe some things in context. £12 times £8, what would that be? Hello Year 5, so today we're going to put some of the fraction knowledge that hopefully you've learned over the last 2 weeks into practice. And this is a game of would you rather. So these sheets unfortunately aren't in your packs, but there's going to be photos of them. So you can pause the video. There's one that's about money, would you rather. There's one that's about cake, would you rather. There's a would you rather about chocolate. And there's one about lemonade. So we'll take stills and photos of those so you can pause your video. So this is my first one. Would you rather? So it says, what fraction of this money would you rather have? And I've got £8. And my question is, do you want half or 3/4? Now you might know that straight away. So if you know that straight away, great. So in your maths books, you need to write down, would you rather, and £8. And then you need to write down whether you'd want a half or 3/4. So as I say, you might just know that, so that's great if you do. If not, do you remember we're going to have to make them the same fraction, aren't we, to work out which one is more. So here we've got 1/2 and we've got 3/4. So we need to find the lowest common denominator for 2 and 4. And in this case, it will be 4, because 4 is the smallest number that both 2 and 4 will fit into. It's as simple as that. So I don't need to change the 3/4 then, because 4 is my lowest common denominator. So the half I might need to convert, mightn't I? So again, you look at what's happened to the 2 to make it to a 4. Well, it's doubled, isn't it? So I'm going to double my 2 to get a 4. So then whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So if I've doubled 2, I'm going to double 1. So that's going to be 2. So the question then is, now I can compare them, can't I? Because they've got the same denominators now. So the question is, would you rather have 2/4 or 3/4 of £8? So I'm thinking that you probably go for 3/4, because that would give you the most money, wouldn't it? Then, as the challenge, what you could then do, so that's the answer to the question, but then you could work out for both of those amounts what the amount would be. So what would 3/4 of £8 be? I think 1/4 of £8, because remember, 1/4 means we're dividing it by 4. So 1/4 would be £2, 2/4 would be £4, and 3/4 would be £6. So in your maths books, you can write down that you'd rather have 3/4, which would equal £6. And there you've got the same there. Same questions. And in fact, what I'm going to do is, before I photo, I'm going to write down here the numbers. So I'm going to number these questions, and I'll do that on all the sheets for you. Just to make it easy for you to write in your maths books, then you could write, would you rather, and you can write £8, and then you can tell me the answer to question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. This one might be slightly trickier about the cake. So I've got 1/3 or 3/4. And again, maybe you just know that. Maybe you can picture in your mind what 1/3 and 3/4 looks like. But we could also convert it into the lowest common denominator. So find the equivalent fractions. Now this time, the lowest one for 3 and 4. So remember, we're looking for the lowest number that both 3 and 4 can go into. So I could over here write out my 3 times table. So I've got 3. Well, 4 can't go into 3, so that's not right. 6. No, 4 can't go into 6. 9. No, and 12. Now 3 can go into 12 and 4 can go into 12. So here, in order to prove it, you could convert them both into 12ths. So what have we done to get the 4 to change to a 12? Well, we've times it by 3, so we do the same to the top number. 3 times 3 would be 9. Now here, we've got a 3. What did we do to the 3 to make it 12? We've times it by 4, so we do times by 4 here. And you can see probably what you already knew is that 3/4 is going to give you a bigger slice. So your would you rather there, you're always going for the more, so you go for 3/4 rather than 1/3. So you've got the rest of the sheets. Would you rather? Write them up in your book and just tell me the answer. Which fraction for each one would you choose?